Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to the Epic Broadcasting Network. My name is Dave Little, and I am so pleased that you have come out tonight for the playoff game in the 1971-72 Epic Basketball League featuring the Philadelphia 76ers taking on the Houston Rockets. And let's take a look at the playoff brackets as we head into tonight's ball game. We are in the silver tier of the playoffs. As you will recall, if you've been checking out the Epic Basketball League, this is 1971-72 NBA simulation basketball using Action PC basketball. And the league has been divided into three divisions: the gold, the silver, and the bronze. Teams from the bronze division are the lowest rated and can be promoted or relegated forwards and backwards based on their performance in a given season. And the bronze division playoffs produced two teams, the Detroit Pistons and the Phoenix Suns, who moved up into the silver tier. And the two teams that emerged from the silver tier will head to the gold tier for the championship bracket. The two active series right now, we have the Detroit and Golden State series ongoing, and that game was played earlier this afternoon with the Detroit Pistons at a 51-point fourth quarter coming from behind to defeat Golden State and even that series at one game apiece. The winner of that game will move into the championship bracket. And tonight we have the game between the 76ers and the Houston Rockets. The Rockets lead this series 1-0, and if the Rockets win tonight, they will move into the championship tier. Game one of this series was indeed a barn burner as it went to overtime, with Houston pulling it out in overtime by a final score of 121-116. Behind 30 points, 12 rebounds by Elvin Hayes. Calvin Murphy with 29 in that game. Stu Lance, 15 points, 6 assists, and 6 steals, including 2 clutch steals down the stretch in overtime to put the game out of reach for the Rockets. Billy Cunningham from Philadelphia with 24 points, 14 rebounds to lead the 76ers. And their center, the big man, Bob Rule, with 21 points and 8 rebounds, but fouled out in regulation of that one. So here we are ready for game two of the series. If the Rockets win, they move on. If Philadelphia wins, they will force a game three in this silver tier playoff series. So let us head to the action from Houston in just a matter of moments. All right, we are ready for action as we take a look at the Philadelphia 76ers and their starting lineup. At the point guard, it will be Hal Greer, a veteran, 14 years out of Marshall, and he is a good one. His backcourt mate is Fred Carter, 6'3", 185, out of Mount St. Mary's, third-year man. The small forward is Bill Bridges. He is a monster rebounder, along with Billy Cunningham and Bob Rule. These guys are a formidable front line, especially when it comes to cleaning the boards. Billy Cunningham is your Hall of Famer and the best player on the team. Averaged 23 points and 12 rebounds per game and was second in the NBA in triple doubles and second team All-NBA for the 1971-72 NBA season. Billy Cunningham would leave Philadelphia for the ABA at the conclusion of 1971-72. And of course, Bob Rule, the big man, fifth year out of Colorado State. For Houston, Calvin Murphy is your starting point guard. He is a good one. He is a second-year man out of Niagara. Finished second in the league with an 89.0% free throw percentage. He is joined in the backcourt by Stu Lance, as we talked about, a very crafty veteran, logged over 3,000 minutes in the 1971-72 NBA season. Greg Smith is your small forward, fourth-year man out of Western Kentucky. Rudy Tomjanovich, well known for a couple of reasons, but a very fine basketball player in his second year out of Michigan. Was 18th in the league with 11.8 rebounds per game in the NBA and averaged 15 points. Also well known as the coach of the Houston Rockets later in life, and unfortunately well known for getting his jaw blasted in by Kermit Washington in an unfortunate melee which cut short his playing career. And the big man inside, Elvin Hayes. He is the heart and soul of the Houston Rockets. 25.2 points per game, 14.6 rebounds per game in the NBA season. And it will be Elvin Hayes and Bob Rule butting heads once again throughout this game and this series. As we say hello to Al, Red Sox fan, in the chat room. Good evening, Al, and welcome to the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network for tonight's ball game. Let's get it started.
Here are today's starting lineups. First for Philadelphia, Greer, Carter, Bridges, Cunningham, and Rule. Philadelphia is coached by Jack Ramsey. And now for Houston, Murphy, Lance, Smith, Tomjanovich, and Hayes. Houston is coached by Tex Winter.
Action PC basketball game as recommended by Dave Gardner. As Baseball Demos is here, the original Big E, not the New Day Big E. Oh man, who doesn't love the New Day Big E? Yeah, Elvin Hayes was indeed the original Big E. Played his college basketball at the University of Houston, where he battled it out with UCLA and Lou Alcindor. And it was the Houston team that brought down the end of the UCLA winning streak that Alcindor was the centerpiece for. But here we are in the pro game and ready for action, as it is Houston who controls the opening tap. Stu Lance has the ball on the wing. He's got Bob Rule on him on the switch as Lance comes off the pick. He's got plenty of room to pull up for a shot. But we've got a whistle, and it looks like Calvin Murphy, the starting point guard for Houston, has perhaps rolled an ankle or something. He's limping off the court. Hopefully they will get him back, but for the time being, it will be John Egan coming in to replace Calvin Murphy. That is a huge loss for the Rockets. Let's hope Murphy can get back after it here very soon as action continues with Houston still in possession of the basketball. Greg Smith, the inbound, sends it into Rudy Tomjanovich. Rudy T working against Billy Cunningham. That'll be a nice matchup. And the first jump shot from the sideline from Tomjanovich is good. And Houston is off to a 2-0 lead. Here come the 76ers on their first possession, moving from right to left on your computer screen as they dump the ball inside to their leading scorer, Billy Cunningham. Cunningham comes off the screen, has a mismatch over the smallest Stu Lance. He fakes, he shoots, he scores. We're tied at 2. Back comes Houston. Open inside is Elvin Hayes. Backing down against Rule. Hayes slams it home. And he's fouled hard on the play by Carter.
From Egan.
Hayes with a nice drop step to get around Rule. Went up hard for the dunk, and Carter could not prevent that, and Carter picks up the foul. Hayes goes to the free throw line for a possible three-point play. First foul of the ball game. Hayes free throw, rolls around and drops. Houston 5, Philadelphia 2, as Hayes completes the three-point play. And the 76ers return to the offense under the watchful eye of the veteran point guard Hal Greer. Greer looks inside to Bob Rule. Rule works his way into the paint, shoots over Hayes, and scores it. Both teams looking good on the offensive side, starting things off here in the first quarter. Egan sets up the offense for Houston, looking at Greer. Greer tightly defending Egan. Egan looking to distribute. From the outside, can't find a pass and throws it out of bounds. That's a turnover for Egan. Good pressure defense by Hal Greer forced that turnover. And Philadelphia takes over the basketball with a chance to take their first lead of the ball game. Once again, they're going to look inside to Rule. His short jump shot from inside is off the back iron, no good. Well defended by Hayes, and Hayes comes out of there with the rebound for Houston. Rockets bringing it back. Egan gives it to Greg Smith. Back outside to Egan, and here's another steal by Greer. Greer got into the passing lane and stole that one, and Philadelphia now has numbers in transition. Greer in the lead. Takes it coast to coast. Drives to the hoop. Puts it up with the left hand and scores it. 76ers with their first lead of the ball game, 6-5, just 2 minutes into the first quarter. It has been an eventful first quarter already as we saw Calvin Murphy limp off the court for Houston. Trainers are working feverishly on him, trying to get him back into action. As Egan brings the ball down the court, dumps it inside to Hayes. Hayes backing down off Rule, lays it up softly, off the back iron, no good. Tomjanovich on the offensive glass. Tomjanovich with the putback attempt, that's no good. Rebound taken by Bill Cunningham for the 76ers. 76ers looking to run once again. Greer and Carter side by side on the break. Greer takes it to the left of the hoop, swings it over to Carter on the right side. Carter lays it up and good.
Carter from Greer.
Good fast break by the 76ers. They now lead it 8-5. As Houston is in control of the basketball, working it in once again to Elvin Hayes. He's going to be their primary offensive weapon with Calvin Murphy on the bench. He's got Bob Rule on him. Rule is no slouch as a defender. They kick it back out to Lance. Lance from the outside finds Tomjanovich. Little jump shot is no good. Rebounded by Bridges. First rebound of the game for Bill Bridges for Philadelphia. It will not be his last. He is a beast on the boards. Philadelphia with an 8-5 lead and the basketball as they look to dump it inside to Billy Cunningham. Greer gets the pass from Cunningham. Gets back outside to Greer. Greer takes the shot from the top of the key. It's good. Philadelphia has now doubled up Houston 10-5. Good start here for the 76ers, connecting on 5 of their first 6 field goal attempts. They dump Houston back on the offense now, dumps it inside to Greg Smith. Smith backing it down into the lane. His shot is off the glass, no good. But we have a whistle, and they're going to call goaltending on Rudy Tomjanovich. Offensive goaltending. So wave off that basket. No points for Houston. Another empty trip. Philadelphia basketball. 10-5, 76ers leading. Now under 9 minutes to play in the first quarter. As we get things kicked off here in Houston at the Hofheinz Pavilion. Their first year in Houston, the first ever NBA franchise in the state of Texas. Inside with it for Philadelphia is Bridges. Bridges shoots over the smaller Greg Smith. It's off the iron, no good, but somebody got him on the arm, and they are going to call that on Smith. That will be a 2-shot opportunity for Bill Bridges. Bridges a 70% free throw shooter on the season. The first shot rolls around and off. No good. Second shot for Bridges. He missed them both. High off the iron this time. Rebound taken by Hayes for Houston as the Rockets catch a break on that possession. Houston with the basketball. Egan directing traffic. Dumps it inside to Greg Smith. Smith comes off the screen, has the smaller Fred Carter on his hip. But the shot by Smith is no good. Bob Rule takes the rebound for Philadelphia. Once again, the 76ers will run. Rule gets it out quickly to Greer on the outlet pass. Over to Cunningham, back to Greer. Greer drives, and he is called for the charge. Not a very good pass from Billy Cunningham. Cunningham looked like he had room to drive to the hole. Instead, threw it back to Greer. Egan was right up in his grill, and as a result, Greer is called for the charge. Still a 10-5 lead for the 76ers. Houston with the basketball, trying to get something going on the offense without their floor general, Calvin Murphy, out there to facilitate. They send the ball over to Lance on the wing. He's double teamed. His shot is way off. Bridges takes another rebound for the 76ers. Houston now 2 of their first 8 from the field. Philadelphia dumps it inside to Rule. Rule working down in the paint against Elvin Hayes. Gets a good look at a short jump shot from the lane. He converts on that one, and it is now a 12-5 game. What is Houston going to do now? They're going to look inside to Rudy Tomjanovich. His short jump shot from the paint is no good. Swatted away by Cunningham. We've got a whistle and a foul on the rebound as Hayes came out of there with it. Billy Cunningham fouled him, and that will be a one-shot foul for Elvin Hayes as he attempts to put an end to the Houston scoring drought. The shot by Hayes is good. That makes the score 12-6. Hayes with 4 of the 6 points for the Rockets in the first 4 minutes of the contest. Philadelphia now with the basketball. Greer runs the offense, looking inside to Rule. Rule again in the lane. Tries to dish it back out to Greer. They misconnect on that one, and that's a turnover. Houston basketball. Rockets want to look inside to Rudy T. Rudy T trying to get open against Cunningham. They can't get the ball to him. Finally, they get it to Hayes. Hayes drops it off to Tomjanovich. His shot's no good. Stu Lance sneaks in for the rebound, passes it back out on top. Houston will reset with a fresh 24. Egan at the top of the key. We've got a whistle. Egan traveled. Another turnover by Houston. That's 3 turnovers. And they are now 2 for 10 from the field as they trail early in this one, 12-6. Philadelphia off to a quick start, quickly silencing the crowd here in Houston as the 76ers look to get it inside to Billy Cunningham. Cunningham working on Tomjanovich, gets the ball in the low post, fakes up, puts up the shot, no good, blocked away by Hayes. Rudy Tomjanovich takes the rebound for Houston. Good team defense there by the Rockets to deny Cunningham on that opportunity. And now they're going to look inside once again to Rudy T. Working in the paint over Cunningham. Missed another one. And another rebound for Bridges. Quick outlet to Greer. Philadelphia in transition. Greer's got it in the middle of the floor. Pulls up at the free throw line. Sends it to Carter on the wing. Carter lays it up and good.
Carter from Greer.
It is now 14-6, and Houston is going to take a timeout as Calvin Murphy is ready to get back into action. And the Rockets definitely need his leadership. Smith to inbound for Houston. His inbound pass is knocked out of bounds. Houston will retain possession. Just over half of the first period remains as Murphy calls a play and dumps it inside to Hayes. Hayes works it into the paint against Bob Rule. Fakes up, gets Rule in the air, and switches to the left hand and converts that one from the lane. It is now 14-8. Houston still trails by 6, but they are definitely happy to see Calvin Murphy back out on the court. Philadelphia works the ball around the perimeter. They get it to Carter. Carter tries his move against Stu Lance. Hangs his man out to dry. A roadblock is set up by Hayes. Carter with the short jump shot, no good. Bill Bridges on the offensive rebound. The layup attempt by Bridges is no good, but he is fouled on the play by Tomjanovich. That'll be a 2-shot foul for Bridges as he attempts to once again extend the Philadelphia lead. Bridges connects on the first. Prepares himself for the second. Steadies himself at the line. The second shot is no good. And the rebound is taken by Greg Smith for Houston. The Rockets now trail 15-8, under 6 minutes to play in the first quarter. Murphy outside, dishes it to Smith. Back out to Murphy. Murphy tries to force it inside to Cunningham, to Tomjanovich, but Cunningham stepped into the passing lane and took that one away. Bad pass by Murphy leads to another Houston turnover. Philadelphia brings it back and looks for Cunningham. The short inside shot by Cunningham is nothing but net.
Rule.
He's now got 4 points, and Philadelphia is out to a 9-point lead, 17-8. But this is the NBA, fans, and there's always a run in the NBA. Here's Murphy on the outside trying to swing it over to Lance. Another turnover as Murphy threw that one out of bounds. Houston is just all out of sorts here in the first quarter, and Philadelphia is firing on all cylinders. 17-8 now is your score. Philadelphia with the basketball. They've got it in the hands of Greer. Greer directing traffic. Is going to try and get into the lane against Calvin Murphy. And Murphy slaps it away and steals it. Here's a fast break opportunity for Houston. Murphy in the lead. It's a 4-on-3. Quick outlet pass. They get it to Lance on the wing. Lance to Greg Smith. Greg Smith on the baseline. Lays it up and good.
From Lance.
Good movement by Houston on that fast break. And we're now under 5 minutes to play in the first. The score is 17-10. Houston just needs a touchdown and an extra point to get back into this one. As Philadelphia comes back and they swing it around to Carter. Carter again working against Murphy. This time barrels into the lane. Collides with Hayes. Reverse layup is no good, but Hayes is going to be called for the foul. And that will send Fred Carter to the free throw line. 2-shot foul for Carter. Already 4 points so far for Philadelphia. And make it 5 points as he connects on the first. Second free throw by Carter is good. And once again, Philadelphia is up by 9. Houston back on the offense. Murphy calls the play, works it around to Lance on the perimeter. Lance dumps it into Hayes. Hayes comes off the screen. He's got a mismatch over Fred Carter. Can he convert this one? The short jump shot is around the rim, no good. And we have got a loose ball foul on the rebound, and they will whistle that on Carter. And it will be the second personal foul on Carter. 1 shot for Rudy Tomjanovich, but first the horn blows, and we have substitutions for Philadelphia coming into the game. Kevin Lockery will be your point guard. Dave Wohl and Fred Foster will complete the backcourt. It will be Lucius Jackson coming into the power forward spot, and the center will be Big Al Henry for Philadelphia. Henry, the rookie in the Philadelphia lineup. Houston will go to the bench. They're going to leave Murphy out there. He's got plenty of energy. Mike Newland will come in at the small forward. And Cliff Mealy at the 3 position. And Dick Cunningham will come into the game for Houston. Tomjanovich remains in the game for now as he is at the free throw line. The free throw by Tomjanovich is good. That makes it a 19-11 ball game. Let's see what the second units can do for their respective squads. Kevin Lockery running the offense now for Philadelphia. Also a very good basketball mind. Went on to become a head coach later in his career. He gets it into Lucas Jackson. Jackson moves away from the hoop. Calvin Murphy follows him. Jackson is looking for a cutter. Swings it back out to Murphy, but it's knocked away and stolen by Murphy on that play. He was trying to get it back out to Lockery. Murphy got into the passing lane and interrupted that plan. Philadelphia gets back in transition, forcing Houston to slow things down and set the offense. Murphy with it out on top, guarded by Lockery. Murphy will attack, and he is looks to be shaken up again, but he's going to stay in the ball game this time. Murphy dribbles around Lockery, gets into the paint. Cut off by Al Henry. The shot from Murphy is no good. Lucius Jackson takes the rebound for Philadelphia. 76ers still leading by 8, looking to stretch that to double digits for the first time tonight if they can convert on this possession. They've got it in the hands of Lucius Jackson. He's guarded by Tomjanovich. Under the hoop, he shoots the short jump shot. It's in and out, but Tomjanovich fouled him, and that will be number 2 on Rudy T. Lucius Jackson will go to the free throw line for Philadelphia, as things for the Rockets are just going from bad to worse. As it will be Dick Gibbs coming into the game to replace Tomjanovich. Gibbs, a rookie out of Texas El Paso, and blessed with a lovely head of hair. So 3:35 to play. Philadelphia is now up 20-11 as Jackson waits to shoot the second free throw. It's good, and Philadelphia now leads by 10. 21-11, 3:35 to play in the first quarter. The pass for Houston goes into Mealy. Mealy is going to look out on the wing to Gibbs. Gibbs from the wing, working against Foster, drives into the lane, tries a short jump shot. It's blocked. Swatted away by Al Henry. Pulled out of there on the offensive boards by Dick Cunningham. Cunningham with the follow attempt. That's no good. The rebound is batted around, back out to the top, but we've got a whistle and a loose ball foul on the rebound, and they're going to whistle that one on Gibbs. So it will be Fred Foster going to the line for Philadelphia. Fourth-year man out of Miami of Ohio. Foster connects on the free throw, and once again, it is a double-up game. 22-11 is your score. 3:18 to play in the first quarter. Houston is getting nothing done on offense, only shooting 23% from the field and already with 5 turnovers in the game. Murphy sets up the offense. He's working against Lockery. Murphy's going to take it in himself. He tries to cross over against Newland, but there's a whistle and a traveling violation. As Murphy shuffled the puppies, another turnover for the Rockets. Philadelphia looking to extend this lead further, as this first period has been a disaster for the hometown Rockets. Lockery passes to Jackson. Back out to Lockery on the perimeter. His medium jump shot is no good. We've got a whistle and a foul. That's called on Murphy. And Lockery will go to the free throw line for 2 plus the bonus. Lockery hits the first. Second shot by Lockery is good. And it is now a 24-11 ball game. Philadelphia all over the Rockets. Under 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. Houston looks inside to Cunningham. Desperate to find offense in this lineup. Cunningham swings it back outside to Gibbs. Back down low to Cunningham. His layup is good.
Dick Cunningham from Newland.
Finally, a field goal for the Rockets to break a long drought. But Houston still trails by 11 as Philadelphia comes back with the basketball. Lockery directing traffic. Swings it on the perimeter to Foster. Foster has room on the wing, but his shot is off the front rim, no good. Rebound taken for Houston by Mike Newland. And the Rockets regain possession. The open man in transition is Mealy. Mealy gets it down low, off the glass and good. He connects on his first shot attempt of the night. And on that basket by the rookie Mealy, it is now 24-15 as Houston is within double digits once again. Lockery with it for Philadelphia. Takes it into the lane. Oh, good ball fake by Lockery.
From Jackson.
Stepped into the lane, off the glass, and good is his shot. And it is once again a double-digit lead for Philadelphia, 26-15, after that nice little rainbow bank shot by Kevin Lockery. Under 2 to play now in the first. Open on the outside for Houston is Gibbs. Gibbs from the free throw line extended. Gets a pass from Murphy. His perimeter jump shot is no good. Gibbs goes down. No call on the play. Mealy with the offensive board for Houston. Mealy with the putback attempt. Lays it up off the glass and good.
Cliff Mealy.
So 4 points in a row for Cliff Mealy. And Houston is trying to keep it close. A 9-point game as Philadelphia returns to the offensive side of the floor. With the ball inside is Lucius Jackson. Jackson works it in over Mealy. Mealy picked his pocket. Mealy stole it. Outlet to Murphy. Murphy will run. He's got a 4-on-4 opportunity. He dumps it off to Gibbs. Gibbs to Mealy. Mealy lays it up and good.
Cliff Mealy from Gibbs.
How about Cliff Mealy? He is single-handedly bringing the Rockets back into this game. The lead is now 7, under a minute and a half to play in the first quarter. Lockery with the basketball squares up against Mike Newland. Newland gives him a step, so Lockery pulls the trigger. Missed that jump shot. Rebound taken by Dick Cunningham. Cunningham with the outlet to Murphy. Murphy will run. He loves to go coast to coast with it. Houston on the break. Murphy to Mealy. Mealy back to Murphy. Murphy takes it inside, lays it up and good.
Calvin
and he is
Murphy
fouled on the play by Dave
Mealy.
Wohl. So finally they get a spark from Calvin Murphy, and with just over a minute to play, Murphy will step to the free throw line and attempt to cut the Philadelphia lead to 4. The free throw by Murphy is good. And it is now 26-22 with a minute, 8 seconds to play in the first quarter. Philadelphia with the basketball. They look inside to Al Henry. Al Henry working down low against Dick Cunningham. Fake by Henry gets Cunningham up into the air. The shot rolls off the glass, no good. Battle for the rebound is kicked out of bounds, and possession will be awarded to Houston. Rockets with the basketball now, 50 seconds to play, trailing by only 4 after being down as many as 13 earlier in the game. Cliff Mealy came off the bench to spark a scoring run for the Rockets and tighten this deficit. They now are looking for Mealy on the low block, working inside against Lucius Jackson. Mealy kicks it back out to Murphy, back to Mealy on the screen and roll. The layup is off the glass, no good. Newland sneaks in for the rebound for Houston and kicks it back out to Murphy. Murphy will reset. Oh, he finds Cunningham open down low. The shot by Dick Cunningham is no good. Cunningham takes his own rebound, and with 23 seconds to play, the shot clock is off. But Cunningham is going to try for the putback attempt. He's got a good look down low, cannot get it to fall. Off the front rim and taken down by Lucius Jackson for Philadelphia. Final possession of the quarter now, as the 76ers will play for the last shot. Ball's in the hands of Lockery at the top of the key. His leaner is off the rim, no good. And that is the end of the first quarter. Your first quarter score, Philadelphia 26, Houston 22. Let's take a look at the box score. The leading scorer for Philadelphia is Fred Carter. Balanced scoring attack by the 76ers as they shot 56% from the field in the quarter. Substantial rebound advantage for Houston is what has kept the Rockets in the ballgame. Houston is led by Elvin Hayes with 6, and Cliff Mealy with those 6 points off the bench to spark the Rockets' comeback. All right, let's get to second quarter action here in the Hoff-Hines Pavilion. Philadelphia will stick with their second unit. Houston will bring Johnny Egan back into the ball game, and will also keep their second unit intact to open the period. Excuse me. The second quarter jump ball is controlled by Philadelphia. And the 76ers will take the offense to start the period. With it inside is Henry, backing down on Dick Cunningham. Henry works it into the paint. The shot from there is up and good.
Henry.
First basket of the game for Al Henry. That ends a 7-0 run for the Rockets and puts Philadelphia back out ahead by 6. Houston with the basketball. Egan on the outside. His jump shot rolls around and off, but he is hit on the play and fouled by Lockery. So Egan earns himself a couple of free throws. Egan connects on the first. Good free throw shooter, 81% on the season. But he missed that one. And the rebound is taken out of there by Fred Foster. Philadelphia with the basketball now and a 5-point lead, 28-23, as we open things up here in the second quarter. Philadelphia runs the set play, and they get it to Foster on the paint. Foster has Gibbs on him, tries to get into the lane for a shot. His shot is no good. Wohl comes down with the offensive board for Philadelphia, sends it back out for a fresh 24. Resetting the offense is the 76ers. They've got Henry with it on the baseline. Too far away to do much, so he is going to look out to Foster and see if Foster can get something done in the paint. Again, Foster missed that one. Again, Henry got the offensive board, and another possession for Philadelphia. Houston's getting the stops on defense, but they're not protecting the glass. And this will be Philadelphia's third shot opportunity. Henry with a little jump shot, no good. Another offensive board as Jackson keeps possession for Philadelphia. Lucius Jackson on the putback attempt, that's no good. And finally, Dick Gibbs comes out of there with it for Houston. Philadelphia had 4 cracks at it on that opportunity, could not score. Houston with the basketball now, trailing by 5. Egan will pull things up and play it slow. Working inside, working at the top of the key against Kevin Lockery. Egan can't find anybody to pass to. He's got to pull the trigger. He missed that shot badly, but he was fouled on the play by Lockery, and Egan will return to the free throw line. Egan 1 for 2 from the line so far tonight, representing his only point of the ball game, and his first shot on this opportunity is good. Second shot by Egan is good. And it's now a 3-point game, 28-25. First minute of action gone by here in the second quarter. Philadelphia works the offense around the perimeter before dumping it inside finally to Henry. Henry working in against Dick Cunningham. Turns and fires. His short jump shot is no good. Rebound batted around, and we've got a whistle and a foul on the play as Henry was fouled on the shot attempt by Dick Cunningham. He will go to the line for 2 free throws. Henry missed the first. Second shot is good. And the Philadelphia lead now is 4. Houston working the offense. They get it inside to Cunningham. Cunningham down low against Al Henry. Misses another shot, but somebody got him on the arm, and that foul is called on Henry. I'll tell you, the second unit for Houston is not connecting on their field goal attempts here in the second quarter, but they are piling up some fouls. Already 3 team fouls against the 76ers, and we're not even 2 minutes into this quarter. Cunningham connects on the first free throw. Dick Cunningham missed the second. Lucius Jackson cleans the glass for Philadelphia. 76ers lead by 3. They run a pick play for Foster inside. Foster gets into the lane. Cannot get the shot off as it's slapped away and stolen by Mike Newland for the Rockets. As we say hello to ID Jester in the chat room. Good to see you, my man. Thanks for taking time away from your new Stratomatic hobby to come and check out some Friday night basketball. On the outside, open for Houston is Gibbs. They get it into Mealy inside. Mealy over to Cunningham. Good ball movement by Houston, but nobody can get a shot off. Gibbs finally gets the shot from the perimeter, and he drills it.
From Newland.
Very nice shot for Gibbs. That pulls the Rockets to within 1, 29-28. Under 10 minutes to play before halftime. Fred Foster has the ball on the outside for Philadelphia. He puts up the 15-footer. That's no good. Rebound is batted outside, but we've got a whistle and a foul on the rebound, and that will be called on Gibbs. Actually, they're calling that on the shot. Houston coaching staff, Tex Winter, not very happy about that call. But the referee politely informs him that his opinion doesn't matter as Fred Foster steps to the free throw line. First shot for Foster is good. Second shot is good. Foster hit them both. And that builds the lead back up to 3, 31-28 for Philadelphia. Houston setting up the offense with Egan. They get it outside to Gibbs. Gibbs on the perimeter. Has room to get a shot off. It's off the front rim, no good. Gibbs follows his shot, grabs his own rebound, and passes it back out for another 24. They swing it around and get it inside looking for Cunningham. Cunningham can't get a shot off. Newland takes the jump shot instead. That's no good. Rebound taken by Henry for Philadelphia. 76ers have an opportunity in transition. Lockery with it, has Roll and Foster on the wings. Foster from the baseline is called for the double dribble. ID Jester says he's getting killed by everyone. Did you see my video from tonight in a galaxy far, far away? I haven't seen that yet, but I'll go check it out after the ball game as we say hello to Big Paulie's World of Sports Sims. All right, got some folks here in the audience for Epic Basketball League playoff action. Silver tier action between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Houston Rockets. Rockets have trailed most of the way. They were down by as many as 13 in the first period, but they have worked it back to a 3-point game with possession here, looking to cut it closer as they're going to look inside to Mealy. But we've got a momentary stoppage of play as Fred Foster now is shaken up for Philadelphia, and he is going to be taken out of the game and replaced by Washington. Jim Washington into the ball game for Philadelphia. I don't even have him on my roster, but he's out there now. And it is Houston ready to inbound. Gibbs will inbound. They're going to go back to Gibbs on the give and go. He takes the outside jump shot. It's off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Dick Cunningham for Houston. Cunningham with the putback attempt. His short jump shot is good.
Dick Cunningham scores.
He is fouled on the play by Al Henry. That'll be one shot for Cunningham, and if he hits this ball game will be tied. Just a few moments ago in the first quarter, I was bemoaning the fact that Philadelphia had a double-digit lead and Houston was looking sluggish. But now our score is tied with 8:42 to play before halftime. Philadelphia looks inside to Lucius Jackson. What's Jackson going to do? He comes off the pick and roll. Short jump shot by Jackson is no good. Mealy hustles and grabs the rebound for Houston. Rockets now have a chance to take the lead. They run the motion offense. The ball's in the hands of Mealy, but he's out of range for a shot. And he is going to be forced to call a timeout. Houston uses a timeout here. And now we'll get substitutions for both teams as the starting lineups are returning to action. And we are tied at 31, 8:11 to play here before halftime, right where we started from. And at halftime, we'll have some updates from the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. It's been a couple weeks since I was able to get on with a game due to the holidays, and it is great to be back. And we'll have more announcements to come at halftime. Houston's going to look to their big guy, Elvin Hayes, right away. Hayes working in against Rule. Fadeaway jump shot from the baseline is no good, but he is bumped on the play by Rule. And it will be Elvin Hayes to the line, shooting two. Hayes misses the first. Baseball on the RJL 518 channel. Philadelphia Phillies and the St. Louis Cardinals from 1985. I wonder if that's where ID Jester disappeared to. He does love his Cardinals. Second free throw for Hayes is no good. He missed them both. And Billy Cunningham with the rebound for Philadelphia. Tie game, 31-all, as Philadelphia's first unit is back on the court. And they're going to look to dump it inside to Bob Rule. Rule with the layup around Hayes. It's good.
Rule from Greer.
Give the assist to Greer. Philadelphia back out on top, 33-31. Now under 8 minutes to play in the second period. Ball is now in the hands of Greg Smith. Smith works his way into the lane. Jump hook over Bridges is no good. Rebound is tipped around, and we've got a whistle and a foul, and that is going to be called on Bridges. And that will give Greg Smith opportunity for 2 shots in the bonus. The first shot rolls around and off, no good. Number 2 for Smith is good. Smith with the bonus, looking to tie the game with this attempt, and he missed another one. Bridges breaks free with the ball for Philadelphia. The 76ers still own a 1-point lead and the basketball now. Greer dribbling to his left, looking inside, dumps it on the low block to Rule. Rule in close with a jump shot. It's blocked away by Hayes. Nice defense by Hayes. Rebound is captured by Bill Bridges on the offensive glass. His short jump shot is no good. That ball is tipped around and finally taken out of there by Rudy Tomjanovich. Rudy T with the rebound. Houston basketball. Chance for the Rockets to take the lead for the first time in a long time. They look inside to Hayes. Working against Rule. Backing his way down. Can't get anything going offensively. Tries to swing it back out to Murphy. Misfires on that pass. That is another turnover. And the ball goes back over to Philadelphia. 76ers now leading 33-32. As Greer directs traffic. They get it inside to Cunningham. Cunningham working down low against Tomjanovich. His short jump shot is around the rim, no good. But he is fouled on the play, and that whistle is going to go against Elvin Hayes. And that will be a 2-shot opportunity for Cunningham. First shot rolls around and good. 5 points now for Cunningham. And make it 6 for Cunningham as he hits the second. Philadelphia back out on top by 3. 35-32 in favor of the 76ers. as the Rockets look inside to Tomjanovich. Fall away from in the paint is no good. Houston slumping again, but we've got a whistle and a foul on Cunningham, and it will be Tomjanovich going to the free throw line for 2 plus the bonus. Tomjanovich misses the first, but he'll get 2 more cracks at it. Second shot is good. And he got the third. He got the bonus. That's 5 points for Tomjanovich. It is 35-34 now. Houston still trails, but they are trying to keep it close. Philadelphia runs a play for Rule down inside. He comes off an inside screen. He's got a mismatch over Lance. He cannot get the shot to go as Hayes got a piece of it. And now we have got a whistle on the rebound and a loose ball foul against Tomjanovich, and that is his third. Tomjanovich is going to have to sit the bench the rest of this half. He will be replaced by Cliff Mealy. Mealy gave Houston a nice spark in the first quarter, and we will see if they can continue to get some offense out of him. It's been a rough road for Houston as they've had the early injury to Murphy and now the foul trouble for Tomjanovich. And for those of you who enjoy Filsinger Games Wrestling, my good buddy Grant Bachoco, the GWF promoter, is live. And if I wasn't here, I would be there in the front row, as Grant is a fun guy to watch on the Filsinger Games. He actually uses the online version of Filsinger Games. And you can see the whole match played out on the computer screen. But back to basketball, which is what everybody's here for. Man, YouTube is great. We got basketball, we got baseball, we got wrestling. Anything you want to see is on the tube here tonight. Philadelphia with the basketball, leading by 1. And it is Fred Carter for 1 free throw for Philadelphia after the foul by Tomjanovich. Carter hits the free throw. That makes it a 2-point lead for the 76ers, 36-34. Now 6:31 to play in the second quarter. Open for Houston is Mealy. Working into the paint. Short jump shot for Mealy is no good, but he's fouled on the play by Bridges, and this game has turned into just a free throw shooting contest. Mealy misses his first attempt. Houston's in the bonus, so he'll get 2 more cracks at it. Misses the second one, even worse than the first. Gets a pat on the back from Lance. And finally makes the third. Shooter's roll, they call it, but if he was any kind of a shooter, he wouldn't have needed the third. All right, still a 1-point game, 36-35. Philadelphia with the lead in the basketball. They look inside to Cunningham. Cunningham trying to get open. Carter trying to get it to him. Greer finally gets it to Cunningham. 18 feet away from the hoop, he drives. Stolen away by Murphy. Excuse me. Good defense for Calvin Murphy on that play. Houston now has the basketball and the chance to regain the lead. With it now is Mealy. Mealy, a little ways away from the basket, tries to force it back out to Murphy. They get it to Lance. Lance in the lane throws one up. That's no good. Tipped around, taken out of there by Murphy, the smallest man on the court. But he was in the right place at the right time and will give Houston another opportunity to score. Murphy, looking to distribute, gets it inside to Hayes. Hayes now against Rule. Unloads from point-blank range.
The Big E.
And he got it. The Big E with the basket. And Houston finally takes the lead, 37-36, their first lead of the second quarter. Philadelphia hoping to erase that and dumping it inside to Cunningham, down on the low block. Shot by Cunningham is good. Cunningham now with 8 points. He leads the 76ers. Hayes with 8 to lead Houston. 38-37. Houston trailing, but with the basketball. They've got it to Murphy on the outside working against Greer. Murphy comes off a pick, gets into the lane, lays it up and good.
Calvin Murphy.
Contact in the lane but no call as Murphy converts the basket to put Houston back on top. Philadelphia with it. They get it to Rule. Rule comes off a screen, has a mismatch, but cannot get the shot to go on the inside. He is hacked and fouled on the play by Greg Smith. Nothing that Smith could do in that situation. He switched on the screen and was trapped underneath against a much bigger offensive opponent. And so smart foul by Smith on that play. And the free throw for Rule is good to tie the ball game. Second attempt is good. And now it's Philadelphia on top by one, 40-39. Under 5 minutes to play before halftime. Outside with it is Murphy. Working against Greer. Shot from the perimeter is no good. Rebound taken out of there by Bridges. That is his 8th rebound of the game. Bridges with a quick outlet to Hal Greer. Greer's got teammates on his wings. He's going to run the break. He goes to the wing. And we have got a whistle and a reach-in foul on Lance. Lance really just wanted to stop the fast break with that reach-in foul and make Greer earn his points at the free throw line. Greer converts the first. Second shot by Greer is no good. Rebound taken by Hayes. Philadelphia now leads by 2, 41-39. Yes, Houston's going to look inside for Mealy. Mealy with a mismatch over Greer, cannot get the shot to fall. Another rebound for Bridges. Another possession for Philadelphia. That is 9 rebounds now for Bill Bridges for the 76ers. He is dominating the glass. Philadelphia dumps it inside to Rule, looking for Cunningham. Cunningham's short jump shot from the lane is no good. Cunningham takes his own rebound. His putback attempt is up, off the glass, off the rim. Again, he missed it. And this time the rebound goes to Cliff Mealy, but Mealy throws it away. Another turnover for Houston. The Rockets still trail by 2. Philadelphia will keep control of the basketball with 4 minutes to play before halftime. Sixers look inside to Cunningham. He's their best scorer. He goes to put that one up. Oh, and it's swatted away by Hayes. Hayes got a piece of it. Tipped around, grabbed by Bridges. Bridges on the putback attempt, 9 on the shot clock. He missed that one, and Calvin Murphy takes the rebound out of there for Houston. Philadelphia had a couple of good looks that time and could not convert. As Houston comes back in transition, they find Hayes in the paint. Hayes works it down against Rule. His fadeaway shot is no good. Tipped by Hayes, no good. Rule comes out with a rebound for Philadelphia. 3.5 minutes to play now. Sixers still lead by 2. With the ball inside is Rule. Bodying up against Hayes. Rule with the fake left, spin right, short jump shot good over Hayes. And that is 10 points for Bob Rule. Philadelphia now up by 4. Houston on the ball. They've got it in the hands of Murphy. Trying to get into the paint. Cut off by Rule. Layup by Murphy is no good. Hayes takes the rebound off the offensive glass. The putback attempt by Hayes from 10 feet out is good.
Elvin Hayes.
Nice follow-up by Hayes. Good hustle to get to that rebound and convert the putback. Hayes now in double figures with 10 points. Houston trails by 2. Philadelphia with the lead, looks for Cunningham. Cunningham rises up inside, scores that one.
From Greer.
Cunningham now in double digits with 10 points. Lead back up to 4. 45-41. Under 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. With the ball now inside is Hayes. Working against Rule. Lays it up off the window. He got that one to go.
Elvin Hayes from Lens.
It's been a tough shooting night for Hayes, but he has got 12 points now to go with 6 rebounds. And once again, he has pulled Houston to within 2. Very closely contested second quarter. Fred Carter with it on the outside. Steps around Lance, gets into the lane, finds an opening, gets the shot off. Carter. It's up and good. Nice little inside move to Fred Carter. I wasn't sure he was going to get that one up over Hayes, but he got the job done. Philadelphia back out on top by 4, 47-43. With the ball on the perimeter now is Lance. Lance's jump shot is off the back iron, no good. Rebound taken by Fred Carter for Philadelphia. 76ers get another possession. They're going to look inside to Bridges. Bridges beat his man back down the floor in transition. Got the pass from Carter. Missed the layup with the left hand. Bridges takes his own rebound. Bridges with his putback attempt. The short jump shot misses again, but he is fouled that time by Greg Smith, and it will be Bill Bridges going to the line for 2 and the bonus. Under 2 minutes now to play before halftime. 47-43. Bridges missed the first free throw. Second free throw for Bridges is good. Puts Philly up by 5. 48-43. Only the second point of the night for Bridges, but he's already got 11 rebounds. And on the bonus try, Bridges makes good on the bonus, and that stretches the lead to 6. Minute 59 to play. Rockets trail 49-43. They swing it out to Murphy on the top of the key, moving to his left. Steps. Oh, nice steps. Side step there to get loose from Greer. And Murphy buries the jump shot from the elbow. Lead is cut to 4. 49-45. Philadelphia with the lead and the basketball. Minute 45 in the third. They look inside to Bridges. They like his matchup in the paint against Smith. Bridges lays that one up and good. Philadelphia back on top by 6. Minute and a half to play. Houston swings it over to Lance. Lance on the perimeter. His jump shot is true.
Stu Lance from Murphy.
First points of the night for Stu Lance. Brings Houston back to within 4. Philadelphia running a methodical offense. Dump the ball inside to Bridges. Bridges fakes left, turns to the right, puts the shot up. Oh, stuffed away by Smith. Bridges grabs his own rebound. Bridges on the putback attempt. His pump fake, his short rainbow shot, no good. But he is fouled on the play by Mealy. And Bridges will go back to the free throw line. Only 3 of 7 from the free throw line so far, which is pretty awful, but he'll get 3 to make 2 here. And Bridges connects on the first. Bridges misses the second. He'll get the bonus. And he gets that one. 7 for Bridges now. Philadelphia ahead 53-47 as we enter the final minute of the first half. Murphy looking for a pass, finds Lance on the wing. Lance scoots around Carter to get into the paint. His driving layup is no good. Another rebound for Bridges. Another possession for Philadelphia. What a dominant performance we're seeing from Bridges. 13 rebounds here in the first half. We talked about that in the opening. The Philadelphia rebounding and how dangerous that is. Bridges now open for a shot from the low block. With the left hand, Bridges gets that one up and good. And he is quickly up to 9 points now. Bill Bridges is heating it up for Philadelphia. They go back out on top by 8, 55-47. 27 seconds on the game clock, 24 on the shot clock. So Houston will have to shoot before the buzzer. They are going to take their time, burn a little clock. And they get it out on top to Murphy. Murphy, the jump shot from 18
Murphy
is good. And the lead is cut back down to 6. Philadelphia with the basketball. They're going to try for the last shot of the period. Shot by Greer is way off at the buzzer, and that will be the end of the first half. All right, as you can tell, I am starting to get a tiny bit hoarse from talking too much, so I am going to throw the box score up here for you to look at while I run and get another drink, and we will come back with our channel update and the second half of tonight's playoff action. All right, fans, we are back. Thank you for joining us for the first half. And you can see the box score here from half number one shows the halftime score: Philadelphia 55, Houston 49. And as you can see by the plus minuses, it's that first unit of Philadelphia that has that has dominated the game. Houston had a nice little run in the second quarter with the bench players, but Philadelphia has been in control of this one most of the way, and it has been a balanced attack. 10 points for Bob Rule, 10 points for Billy Cunningham, 9 apiece for Bill Bridges and Fred Carter. But the real story on the stat sheet is a 13 rebound performance in the first half by Bill Bridges. Bridges, a prodigious rebounder in his 9th year out of Kansas. For Houston, Elvin Hayes, 12 points, 6 rebounds, as expected, leads the team. Murphy missed some time, but managed to get 9 points and 3 steals. And, of course, 7 points off the bench by Cliff Mealy, 6 off the bench by Cunningham, made the difference for the bench group. Your scoring by quarter, it was Bridges with 8 points in the second half and in the second quarter, along with a ton of rebounds. And their front court duo of Billy Cunningham and Bob Rule, 6 points apiece for Philadelphia. And that has been the story, the dominance of the 76ers front line. All right, before we head to the second half of action, we will give you a quick update on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. This week in Heartland Championship Wrestling, on New Year's Day, we held our annual Buckeye Bowl. That takes pretty much all day, so I didn't try to put that one on the channel. But I say it's the Royal Rumble, and I always do that traditionally on New Year's Day. And what it boils down to is basically 29 little mini matches, as it takes that long to get 30 guys in and out of the ring. And this year's winner of the Buckeye Bowl was none other than the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Randy Savage is your Buckeye Bowl winner for 2021. He will get a shot at the World Championship. And the World Championship at the Buckeye Bowl also changed hands. as the upstart champion Ray the Crippler Stevens was defeated for the title. And the belt now belongs once again around the waist of the Nature Boy Ric Flair. So it will be Flair against Savage for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. And everybody looks forward to that contest. As far as getting back on the channel with Heartland Championship Wrestling, that's going to be another week or two. I'm taking a little downtime at the end of the year to kind of reconfigure things and decide what direction I want to go with the Wrestling Federation in the year 2021. I need to order some new card updates. I typically do that this time of year. Lots of great new Phil Singer cards available, including the Briscoe brothers, a color update of Don Morocco, and lots of other great new cards available. And what I'm thinking about doing is retiring the Ring of Honor Federation I've been playing out west, because that has really, I don't want to use the word stale, but most of the guys that were the stars of Ring of Honor back in the day when the Phil Singer card sets come out have now moved on to either AEW or NXT, and there's just not a lot of freshness to playing with cards of guys that haven't faced each other in a few years. And I may swap that out for a third Legends Federation, possibly an Old Timers Federation, but I need to order the cards, get the cards, look over the cards, and we will go from there. So probably in another couple of weeks, we'll have Heartland Championship Wrestling action back on the channel. And as you know, on Sundays, My Journey with Jesus is on the air. And this week we'll begin to talk about the fruits of the Spirit. So I am looking forward to those of you who are so inclined to tune in on Sunday for the pre-recorded version of My Journey with Jesus. All right, those are your channel updates for the coming year. We've had our box score updates. Let's get back to action. Philadelphia will come with their starting five. Houston is going to put Rudy Tomjanovich back into the game, although both Tomjanovich and Greg Smith have those 3 fouls. So they are going to have to proceed with caution. But against the likes of Bridges and all those rebounds, Cunningham and Rule on the inside for Philadelphia, it's not surprising that the Houston front court players are seeing some foul trouble. Tex Winter is coaching up his Rockets. And we are ready to start the third quarter. And the jump ball is controlled by Houston. Trailing by 6 to start things off here. Immediately they work the ball inside to Hayes. Hayes from the inside against Rule. Kicks it back out to Murphy.
Calvin Murphy
with the mid-range jump shot. It's good. And he now has 11. Philadelphia back the other way. Looks inside to Rule. Cunningham on the outside drives to the hoop. Lays it up off the window and good.
From Carter.
Cunningham taking advantage of Rudy Tomjanovich in the foul trouble. Just bullies his way into the lane and puts that one home. The Philadelphia lead is back up to 6. Houston wants Tomjanovich down on the low block. Good offensive player in the paint. Lots of good moves. They can't get the ball to him, though. Lance is forced to look from the outside. Finally, they find Tomjanovich on the block. He lays it up and good. Give the assist to Lance on a very clever pass. 57-53 now. Philadelphia with the lead in the basketball. Looking inside once again to Bob Rule. Rule from the paint is grabbed and held by Smith, and that's 4 on Smith. It'll just be a one-shot opportunity for Rule as that foul was called on the floor. But Houston's going to have to go to the bench. And it will be the sharpshooter Dick Gibbs back into the game for the Rockets, as Smith is forced to go to the bench. Rule only a 69% free throw shooter, but he connects on the free throw, and that extends the Philadelphia lead to 5. 58-53, right back to Hayes. The Houston offense will run through the low block. The 8-foot shot by Hayes is
Elvin
good.
Hayes.
He got Rule in the air with the pump fake. Rule was lucky to avoid being called for the foul, as Hayes easily converts on the jumper to cut the lead back to 3. Philadelphia wants Cunningham. He's their Hall of Famer. Backing down on Rudy Tomjanovich. Oh, loses it out of bounds. That's a turnover. The ball goes back over to Houston. Nicely defended by Tomjanovich in spite of the foul trouble. Houston now with the basketball in the hands of Murphy. Murphy working against the veteran Greer. From the perimeter, his jump shot is around and out, no good. Rebound taken by Bridges for Philadelphia. Sixers come back the other way. With it on the perimeter is Carter. Carter working against Lance. Takes it into the lane, lays it up and good.
Carter, from Cunningham.
Nice little crossover move by Carter. Philadelphia back up on top now by 5. Once again, Houston is going to look to Hayes. Backing down on Rule. Turns and lays it up off the glass and good. Elvin Hayes heating it up with 16 points now to lead all scorers. Sixers with the basketball. Who can they find? Greer's got it out on top, working against Murphy. Greer's going to take it into the lane. Can't get around Murphy. Finally steps to his left. Gets it past Murphy, lays it up off the glass and good. Tricky little move there by Greer to put the 76ers back on top by 5. With it now for Houston is Lance. Working against Carter. Tries to get the perimeter jump shot off, and he nailed it.
Stu Lance from Hayes.
Another nice one from Lance on the give and go, the 2-man game with Hayes. Lance converts the perimeter jump shot. The lead's back to 3. Philadelphia wants to get it into Rule. Rule takes the pass from Carter. Working inside against Hayes. The shot's no good. Rule takes his own miss. Rule with the putback attempt. His lay-in misses again. Gibbs finally steals the rebound away for Houston as the 76ers miss an opportunity there. Rockets once again with the basketball. Tex Winter calling out instructions from the bench. Those instructions are pretty simple. Get the ball to Elvin Hayes. Hayes on the inside working again against Rule. He's the hot hand. Misses that one, but we've got a loose ball foul on the rebound, and that is going to be called on Hayes, and that is his 3rd. Foul trouble continues for the Houston front court as Billy Cunningham goes to the free throw line for 1 shot. Cunningham gets that one to drop. The lead is now 4, 63-59. Rockets still trailing, but they have possession. And open on the wing now is Gibbs. Murphy gets the ball to him. Bridges comes over late on the double team. And he misses the jump shot, but he is fouled on the play by Cunningham, and that will be 2 shots for Dick Gibbs. Gibbs setting himself at the free throw line, a rookie out of Texas El Paso, but he contributes nicely from the perimeter. Missed the first free throw. Second free throw for Gibbs is good. 3 points now for Gibbs. The lead for Philadelphia is 3. Just under 3 minutes gone by here in the quarter number 3. 3's all over the board. Philadelphia with the basketball. They look to Bridges on the inside. Bridges has a mismatch against the smaller Gibbs. Can he get into the lane? He has it swatted away by Gibbs and stolen. Stolen by Stu Lance. As ID Jester says, this is way before his time when I watched, so I know no one. Yeah, this is a tiny bit before my time. I got into the basketball more in the mid-'70s, but many of the names on these teams are familiar. Elvin Hayes, of course, a Hall of Famer. Calvin Murphy, I believe, is a Hall of Famer. Rudy Tomjanovich had a very successful coaching career. And of course, for Philadelphia, Billy Cunningham, a very well-known player. Kevin Lockery off the Philadelphia bench also became a coach later on. And Hal Greer, of course, a very distinguished career. But yeah, some of these faces are less familiar to me as well. And it's fun to go back and relive the old days of the game. Houston trailing by 3 with the basketball. They get it in the hands of Stu Lantz. Lantz tries to get inside, drops the pass off to Hayes. Hayes back out to Lantz. Lantz does not hit the jump shot. It's tipped around. Rebound finally taken out of there by Rule for the 76ers. They get it into the hands of Carter. Carter tries to sneak into the lane. He's cut off by Hayes. His shot is no good. Tomjanovich on the boards for the Rockets. Rockets coming back once again, trying to keep this game close. Lantz from the perimeter this time is going to pull the trigger. And again, he hits from the perimeter.
Stu Lantz from Gibbs.
Give the assist to Gibbs. It's back to a 1-point game. 8 minutes to play in the third. 63-62, Philadelphia with the lead and the basketball. They look inside to Cunningham. Cunningham has been quiet so far in the first half. And the pass to Cunningham, the inside pass is stolen away by Murphy. And Houston now with a chance to take the lead once again. Working the ball around the perimeter, they get it into the hands of Lantz. Lantz has hit a couple of jump shots. He shoots this one from the foul line extended. That's no good. Bridges shakes the rebound out of there for Philadelphia. And the 76ers have the opportunity to run. They've got it in the hands of Greer. Greer weaving through traffic. Gets into the lane. Takes it to the basket. Whistle blows. And that's an offensive foul on Greer. Very good transition defense by Calvin Murphy. He is a fine defender. And he took the charge on that play. Ball back to Houston. Rockets once again look for an opportunity to take the lead. Murphy has it out on top. Working against Greer. Sends it over to Tomjanovich. Tomjanovich back to Murphy. Murphy tries to get into the paint, but he is knocked down and fouled by Greer. That will be just a one-shot opportunity for Calvin Murphy, one of the great free throw shooters in NBA history. And he drops that one home, and we are tied. 63-63. 7:19 to play in the third. This is a playoff intensity ball game without a doubt. Open inside for Philadelphia is Bob Rule. Rule unloads from point-blank range, but it's off the back iron, no good. Fred Carter sneaks in there and steals the rebound. Sends it back out to Greer. Greer's going to look inside to Cunningham. Can they get it into Cunningham? It's slapped away by Lantz. Cunningham regains possession, gets the jump shot, and he is fouled on the play. And that foul is against Rudy Tomjanovich, and that is his fourth. Foul trouble piling up for the Rockets as Tomjanovich is going to have to come out of the game. He will be replaced by Cliff Mealy, who gave the Rockets a nice little spark in the first quarter, in the first half, but they need Rudy T out there on the floor. And Houston coach Tex Winter is not a little bit happy with the referees who have put several of his men in foul trouble. Here is Billy Cunningham on the free throw. It's good. That's a three-point play, and Philadelphia is back out on top by 3. What a frustrating night so far for Houston. They work and they scratch and they claw to get back into the game. And every time it seems they tie the game, Philadelphia comes up with a big play. This time it's the three-point play by Cunningham to give the 76ers once again the lead. Murphy out on top, guarded very closely by Greer. Looking to distribute, finds Lantz on the wing. Lantz has an open look once again, coming off the pick. He missed that one. It's too strong, but he's fouled on the play by Cunningham, and that is his fourth. Oh my goodness, superstars in foul trouble here in Houston tonight. This will be a two-shot opportunity for Stu Lantz. He has been on fire from the perimeter. Cunningham went out to try and deny the shot, but made contact with the elbow on the release, and that puts Lance at the free throw line, and that is going to send Cunningham to the bench in favor of Barry Yates, who will come in his place. The second shot by Lance is good. That again cuts the lead to 1, 66-65. Now 6:41 to play in the third. Greer directing traffic. Gets the ball to Carter out on top. Working against Lance. Carter's going to take it into the paint. We've got a drive to the basket, and Carter got the left elbow extended. That's going to be an offensive foul on Carter, and that is his third. Goodness gracious, the referees are all over the place with their calls in tonight's game, and the fans here have been booing throughout. Murphy with the basketball, looking to get something done against Greer. Sends it out to Mealy. Mealy back over to Murphy. Murphy's double teamed and the ball is taken away by Greer. Here's a fast break. Greer and Carter will run. Pushing it quickly up the court. Carter with the basketball on the wing. Gets it back to Greer. Driving the paint. Greer missed the layup. No good. Carter takes the rebound. And he is going to pass that ball back out to the top of the key and allow Philadelphia to reset the offense. 76ers still lead 66-65. And now they're going to look to dump it inside to Rule. Rule working against Elvin Hayes. Gets it back out to Greer. Greer's shot from the top of the key is good. And the 76ers go back on top by 3. 68-65. We are at the midway point of quarter number 3. Murphy wants the ball. Working out on top against Greer. 2 stellar point guards in head-to-head competition. Murphy giving it back and forth with Lance. Finally, Murphy gets an opening. And on the nice cut by Murphy, he gets to the rack, lays it up and off the glass, and good. 14 now for Murphy. It's a 1-point game. With it now for Philadelphia is the backup power forward, Barry Yates. Yates has a bad pass stolen away by Gibbs. And now it looks like a possible fast break opportunity for Gibbs, but he is going to slow things down and wait for Murphy and the rest of the team to get back there. Actually, no, I hit the wrong button. So Gibbs is going to take that one into the lane, and he missed the layup, no good, snagged away by Rule. As a bad button push by the mouse operator cost Houston a possession in that situation. But as we all know, it happens. As we say hello to TribeFan879 in the chat room. Welcome to Friday Night Basketball here on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. It is playoff action between Philadelphia 76ers and the Houston Rockets, and this ball game has been neck and neck throughout. Philadelphia now with the basketball, looking to extend their lead. Fred Carter has it on the outside. Carter's going to try and get into the paint once again. And another offensive foul on Carter. That's 2 in a row. And that is number 4 on Fred Carter. With 5:18 to play in the third, Carter will be replaced by Dave Wohl. And in another minute or so, we'll get all the bench guys out there. 68-67, Houston trails. But they have the basketball, and they're looking to get it inside to Elvin Hayes. Hayes is their big dude. They can't get it to Hayes. Instead, they get it to Mealy for the shot. His short jump shot is off the rim, no good. But a foul is called on the play on Yates, and Cliff Mealy will go to the line to shoot 2. Mealy, a below-average free throw shooter, but he gets the first one to go. And that ties the game at 68. Second shot by Mealy is off the iron, no good. Battle for the rebound, and Elvin Hayes sneaks that ball away for the Rockets. His putback attempt is good.
Elvin Hayes.
How about that? Hayes battled for that rebound. Scores on the putback. Houston now takes the lead, 70-68. You got to hand it to these Rockets. They're not playing their best game, but they are keeping it close. And here in the latter stages of the third quarter, they have once again taken the lead. Philadelphia looks inside to Rule. And Rule is fouled on the play by Lance. That will be one shot for Bob Rule. I got to interrupt for this. ID Jester, are you ready for the Bucks game on Monday? What are they saying up there? What are their chances? Well, that's a good question because everybody said that Ohio State was going to get blown out by Clemson. And Ohio State took Clemson out to the woodshed. A lot of Ohio State's motivation was having lost to Clemson last year. And part of me is afraid that, there'll be a letdown after such an emotional win against Clemson, and Alabama may blow the doors off of that game. But on the other hand, if you're an Ohio State guy, what have you got to lose? You got your revenge. You got your shot at the national title. Nobody expects you to win. You're playing with house money. Just go let it all hang out and see what happens. So I am looking forward to that ball game. My head tells me that Alabama is on their way to the championship, but I am a Buckeye at heart, and hopefully my Buckeyes can shock the world on Monday night and come home with the championship. Okay, here's one shot opportunity for Bob Rule. Rule hits it, and that cuts the lead to 1. 70-69. Houston now with the lead and the basketball. Murphy sizing up Greer out on top. He's going to call his own number. Swings it over to Lance, gets it back. Drives to the hole, lays it up around the rim and off. A little too soft. Mealy with the offensive board. Mealy with the putback attempt for Houston. Tosses it up, no good. That rebound goes to Hayes. Hayes on the putback attempt. His short jump shot is good.
Elvin Hayes.
Stick-to-itiveness by the Rockets. They are ahead now 72-69. And believe it or not, that evens their largest lead of the game at 3 points. Can Houston get another stop here? With the ball on the wing is Wohl. Substituting for Fred Carter in the foul trouble. And this time it is a double foul. Oh my goodness, Greer and Murphy got tangled up, and that is the 4th foul on Hal Greer. Both teams are in all kinds of foul trouble, and we're just about at the 4-minute mark now, so we're going to go ahead and just bring the bench guys in. I typically play the bench guys the last 4 minutes of quarter 1 and 3 and the first 4 minutes of quarter 2 and 4. So for Houston, it will be Egan and Newland in the backcourt. Actually, we'll bring John Vallée into the shooting guard role and Newland at the small forward. Calvin Mealy remains in the game at the power forward. Dick Cunningham down low for Houston. This lineup was very effective in the first half, as you will remember. For Philadelphia, Kevin Lockery will run the point. Dave Wohl already in the game. Fred Foster will come in at the small forward. And Lucius Jackson will be the inside guy for the 76ers. So with 4:25 to play, Houston leading by 3. The second units are on the court. Foster to inbound for Philadelphia. Looking for an open man. The open man is Lockery. Lockery from the top of the key swings it over to Wohl, gets it back. Loose ball. And Lowry forced to call a timeout as he was able to get onto the loose ball and get the timeout before he was tied up. And with 12 seconds on the shot clock, Philadelphia will reset the offense for another go at a basket. Once again, it'll be Foster to inbound. Once again, the open man is Lockery. Lockery from the outside drives to the basket. He's cut off by Dick Cunningham. His pull-up jump shot is no good. John Vallée takes the rebound for Houston. Rockets have possession, and they are going to look inside. Around the perimeter, they pass it. Egan gets it back out on top. They send it over to Vallée on the wing. Vallee's jump shot from the outside. No, he faked the jump shot. Drove to the hole, laid it up and good. John Vallee was a very popular player out of UCLA. Did not have a long pro career, only 2 seasons. But he went on to become a basketball coach in the AAU circuit out on the West Coast, and very well respected even to this day. So that is John Vallee with the first basket of the night for him, putting Houston up now by 5. 74-59, 69. Philadelphia with the basketball, looking to make something happen. They go inside to Lucius Jackson. They're looking for Jackson, and Jackson is grabbed and fouled by Cunningham as he tried to get open. 76ers are in the bonus, so this will be 2 shots for Lucius Jackson. Jackson, 7th year out of UT Pan American, and this would be his final season in the NBA as he would retire at season's end. He hits the first free throw, missed the second. Mealy takes the rebound for Houston, and the Rockets have possession with a 4-point lead. 3:44 to play, third quarter. Open on the perimeter is Mike Newland. Newland with the outside jump shot. That's no good. Rebound is taken by Mealy. Mealy with a putback attempt for the Rockets, and he gets that one to go.
Cliff Mealy.
The stellar play by the rookie Cliff Mealy continues. He now has 10 points, and Houston has their biggest lead of the night, 76-70. Both teams hampered by foul trouble throughout the third period, and Houston has slowly but surely crawled their way into the lead as the Philadelphia offensive attack has struggled. Wohl with it now, working against Vallee. Tries to get into the lane, has it stripped away and stolen by Vallee. Here's a 3-on-1 break for the Rockets. Egan in the lead, Vallee and Mealy on the wings. Houston with the numbers, Vallee on the wing. Drives it into the hole, goes to the left hand, lays it up and good. Houston now up by 8, 78-70. 3:11 to play. 76ers come back on the wing. It's Foster. Foster wide open.
Foster.
And he nails that jump shot to put an end to the Houston scoring run. Still a 6-point lead for the Rockets, 78-72. Under 3 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Houston runs the offense through Egan out on top. Egan calls his own number.
Egan.
Lockery got confused and left Egan loose, and Egan buries the jump shot to put Houston back on top by 8. Philadelphia running the offense through Lockery, looking inside to Jackson. Ooh, Jackson's hit hard on the play by Mealy. Hard foul. And it will be 2 shots now for Lucius Jackson. Jackson, a 69% free throw shooter, connects on the first. The second shot by Jackson is good. Cuts the lead back to 6. Houston basketball. Egan sets up the offense. Calls for another rotation, signals a play. They get it into Mike Newland. Newland wants to find a cutter. Can't find anybody. He has to put up the short rainbow shot. He got it to go.
Mike Newland.
How about that? Newland also just a rookie. Also a fine free throw shooter. And he would go on to play a number of years with the Rockets. The backcourt combination of Calvin Murphy and Mike Newland was very beloved in the annals of Houston basketball. Okay, Houston now up by 8, 82-74. As Philadelphia struggles to find the offense. They get it on the perimeter to Wohl. Wohl's got an opening to take it into the lane. He cannot connect on the layup, but he is fouled on the play by Cunningham, and it will be free throws now for Dave Wohl. Wohl, another rookie in the ballgame, out of the University of Pennsylvania. His first shot is good. His first point of the game. And shot number 2 by Wohl is good. That makes it an 82-76 ball game. Houston up by 6 in possession of the basketball. The open man for Houston is Mike Newland on the perimeter. Working against Foster. Probing the defense. Tries to get into the lane. Foster goes down. That looked like a flop. Newland misses the layup. Dick Cunningham keeps it alive on the offensive end. Cunningham with the putback is good.
Dick Cunningham.
That's 8 points and 5 rebounds for Dick Cunningham, having a nice night off the bench for the Rockets. We are now under 2 minutes to play in the third. 84-76 is your score. With it on the inside is Barry Yates. Yates, a second-year man out of Maryland. Short jump shot over Mealy is good.
Yates from Wall.
And Philadelphia keeping it close. Still just a 6-point ball game. Houston gets it to Vallejo on the outside. Vallejo drives the lane. Cannot get the shot to go. Dumps it into Mealy instead. Mealy back to
Cliff
Vallejo.
Mealy from Vallejo.
Back to Mealy. Mealy with the turnaround jump shot. It's good. And that is 12 points now for Cliff Mealy, the secret weapon for the Houston Rockets here tonight. With all their foul trouble, they needed somebody to step up, and Cliff Mealy is the man. Houston back on top by 8. Philadelphia with the basketball. They get it in once again down low to Yates. Yates converted his last opportunity. This time it's taken away and stolen by Mealy. Mealy is all over the place tonight. Houston with the basketball, chance to go up double digits. Open for the Rockets in transition is Dick Cunningham. Cunningham lays it up. It's around and out. That looked like it was halfway down, but it popped out. And the rebound is taken away by Yates for Philadelphia. Missed opportunity there for the Rockets. They get it outside to Lockery. Ball's knocked away, scramble on the floor. And that will be a jump ball with 53 seconds to go in the third quarter. 17 on the shot clock as the shooting guards Vallejo and Wohl will jump this one up. The official puts it in the air, and it is controlled by Philadelphia in the hands of Lockery. Lockery calling a play. Rotation offense, they go inside to Yates. Yates once again working on Mealy. Backs, pump fakes. Shot is up, no good. Wohl takes the rebound for Philadelphia. He passes it out. The 76ers will try again. This time it's Wohl open on the baseline. Dumps it down inside to Jackson. We've got a whistle and a foul on the opposite side of the court as Wohl is fouled on the play by Mike Newland, and it will be Dave Wohl to shoot 2 for the 76ers. Now 27 seconds remaining in quarter number 3. Wohl connects on the first. Second shot is up and no good, off to the right. Lucius Jackson gets in there for the rebound. Jackson on the putback attempt. Pump fakes. Off the glass. It's good.
Jackson scores.
And he is fouled on the play by Dick Cunningham. What a play by Lucius Jackson, skying for that rebound off the missed free throw. He's going to get the and one. And with 25 seconds left in the quarter, Jackson hits the free throw, and that cuts the Houston lead to 4. 86-82. Houston can just about hold for the final shot. 25 on the game clock, 24 on the shot clock. Rockets in no hurry as Egan passes it back and forth with Vallejo out on top. Now with 12 seconds on the shot clock, they're going to trigger the play. But we have got a whistle and an injury on the play. And that is going to be Barry Yates leaving the game for Philadelphia to be replaced by Al Henry. Still 13 on the shot clock, or 13 on the game clock, 12 on the shot clock as Houston prepares to inbound. Newland to inbound. He gets it to Valet. Valet working against Wool. Only 1 second on the shot clock. Valet's going to have to force one up. And he missed that one badly off the rim. Newland takes the rebound on the offensive glass. Newland with a putback attempt at the buzzer. And it's blocked. Blocked out of there by Henry, and that will end the quarter with the score Houston 86 and Philadelphia 82. So the Rockets finally get the offense going, putting up 37 points in the third quarter to take a 4-point lead as we head into the final period. Elvin Hayes, 20 points, 8 rebounds for Houston. And, of course, Cliff Mealy off the bench with 12 and 6 rebounds to really spark the Houston comeback. Both teams fighting foul trouble. 4 fouls apiece for Greg Smith, Tom Janovich, and now Dick Cunningham for the Rockets. And for Philadelphia, 4 apiece for 3 of their starters, Cunningham, Carter, and Greer. So it's going to be a dicey fourth quarter, fans. Batten down the hatches. It's going to be a Donnybrook. Let's look at the third quarter scoring. Elvin Hayes with 8 points, Lance with 6 for Houston, as they put up 37 big ones in quarter number 3 to storm past Philadelphia and take the lead. Houston looking to move into the gold tier of the championship playoffs if they can put aside Philadelphia here tonight. If the 76ers win, we'll go to a decisive game 3. We're going to stick with the second units for the teams here to begin quarter number 4. And at about the 8 or 9 minute mark, we'll come back with the starters. Got to be careful with a lot of those starters because of the foul trouble. Dick Cunningham actually has 4 fouls for Houston, but he's going to have to stay out there and go as long as he can before they bring Elvin Hayes in for the stretch run. Starting the fourth quarter, the second units are on the floor, and the opening tip-off is controlled by Houston. Ball in the hands of John Egan. Egan running the point. Swings it over to Valet on the wing. Valet sends it over to Newland on the opposite side. Cross-court pass to Newland. His corner jump shot is no good, but Dick Cunningham takes the rebound off the offensive glass for Houston. The putback attempt by Cunningham is off the rim, no good, but he is fouled on the play by Lucius Jackson, and it will be 2 shots for Cunningham. We talked in the opening about how Philadelphia had dominant rebounding with the likes of Bridges and Cunningham and Rule, and that Houston was going to have to keep pace on the boards if they were going to be successful in this game. And look at the rebound totals. It is 37-37. So Houston has done exactly that. Cunningham to the free throw line. First shot is good. Dick Cunningham, fourth-year man out of Murray State. Second shot for Cunningham is good, and Houston takes a 6-point lead, 88-82. Philadelphia now with possession for their first opportunity here in the fourth quarter. They're going to look inside to Foster. Working down low against Newland. Can he get into the lane? Short rainbow shot by Foster is off the rim, no good. Foster got his own rebound. Foster with a putback attempt. His short shot missed again. And we have got a foul this time, and that is going to go against Newland. Oh, Newland is mouthing off. How about that? Both teams are starting to get chippy, both with each other and with the referees. We saw Greer and Murphy get into a little scrap late in the third quarter. And now Newland has given some business to the referees as Fred Foster goes to the free throw line for a 2-shot opportunity. He connects on the first. And Foster hits them both. It's once again a 4-point game, 88-84. Houston with the lead and the basketball. Egan directing traffic. They get it outside to Villet on the wing. Villet's going to try and get it into the paint. His ball fake gets Wohl up into the air. He steps around Wohl, takes the jump shot. No, actually, he faked the jump shot, passed it down to Mealy down low, and it is Mealy who puts in the turnaround jump shot, and that puts the Houston lead back up to 6. How about that? Sometimes the chalkboard and the text are going in opposite directions, and it was Mealy who made that jump shot. He's got 14 points on the night, a sensational night for the backup Mealy in his rookie year out of Colorado. Houston leading by 6. Philadelphia with the basketball. Open on the perimeter is Dave Wohl. Wohl from the outside takes it to the inside. Gets around Villet. His layup is no good, but he is fouled hard on the play, and that whistle is going to go against Mealy. And it will be Dave Wohl to the free throw line for 2 shots. Lots of fouling, very physical second half. Wohl hits the first shot. Second shot by Wohl is good. And the lead is once again back to 4, 90-86. Now 11 minutes to play in this one. With it on the outside is Villet. Villet looking for help. Gets it back over to Egan. Egan picks up the medium-range jump shot, and he nails that one. Egan, not ordinarily much of a shooter, but they left him alone that time, and he made him pay. 10:38 to play. Houston still on top by 6. Philadelphia has got it in the hands of Lockery. He's their floor general for the second unit. He tries to get into the lane, collides with Cunningham. The shot is around and out, but the whistle is on the play, and it is called against Cunningham. That is his 5th. But he is staying in the ball game. He's in there. He's taking one for the team as Lockery drains the first free throw. Lockery hits them both. Once again, the lead is cut to 4. 92-88. Houston on top now, 10:30 to play. Open for Houston on the wing is Newland. Ball movement by the Rockets. They find Newland finally. Open from outside. He hits that one. Nice little 2 steps and a bank shot. Fundamentals by Newland. Dropping that one in to put Houston back out on top by 6. Lockery now with it for the Sixers. Working against Egan. Lockery going to his left. Lays it up and good. Back and forth we go. Houston maintaining the 4-point lead that they enjoyed to begin the period, as we are now 2 minutes into the 4th quarter. Dick Cunningham wants the ball on the low block for the Rockets. He loses it. He gets it back. His short jump shot is no good, and it's Lucius Jackson on the rebound for Philadelphia. Transition opportunity for Philadelphia, but Houston gets back on defense. And this time I hit the correct button to enable Philadelphia to pull the ball back out on top and reset the offense. Lockery advancing the ball for Philadelphia. As he works against Johnny Egan. And we have got another stoppage of play here. As Dick Cunningham is shaken up, he is leaving the game to be replaced by Curtis Perry. Another guy they kind of pulled out of the bottom of the roster to be an injury substitution here. But in another minute and 48 seconds or so, the first units will be back. As Philadelphia with the basketball trailing by 4, looking inside to Al Henry. Al Henry can do some things in the low block. He's got Mealy on his hip. Henry turns and faces. His short jump shot is good, and it's a 2-point game. 94-92, 9:45 to play. Houston on the offense. They work it inside to Mealy. Mealy's been their go-to guy on the second unit. This time his short jump shot is no good, but he is fouled by Al Henry, and he will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. The free throw total is piling up here for both teams. Philadelphia has already shot 47 free throws in this game, 31 for Houston. About to become number 32 and number 33 as Cliff Neely steps to the line and drops home. The first one falls off the side of the rim, no good. Mealy's second attempt is good. That pushes the Houston lead to 3. 95-92, 9 minutes, 28 seconds to go in the ball game. The open man for Philadelphia inside is Fred Foster. Taking it into the paint. Shoots it up with the left hand, no good. Curtis Perry comes out with the rebound for the Rockets. Houston regains possession. Egan running the offense. Brings it up. Works it around the perimeter to Newland. Back to Egan. Egan's going to look inside to Mealy. Mealy working against Al Henry down on the low block. His shot once again is swatted away. This time Lucius Jackson got him. Al Henry pulls the rebound out of there for Philadelphia. 76ers regain possession. 8:53 to play. Philadelphia trailing by 3. The ball is in the hands of Wohl on the perimeter. Wohl is shaken up a bit. Looks like he might have tweaked something in his knee, but he insists on remaining in the game with 8:45 to play. Philadelphia has 15 on the shot clock as they get it into Foster. Foster in the paint shoots over Newland. Actually faked the shot, dumped it off to Jackson. Jackson's inside jump shot is no good. We've got another whistle on the play and another loose ball foul. This one against Curtis Perry for Philadelphia. And it will be Cliff Mealy with the free throw attempt. 1 shot for Houston. Mealy missed it. Rebound by Jackson. Still a 3-point game, 95-92. 8.5 minutes to play, and the starting units are starting to get loosened up on the bench. We will see them back in the game here at the next dead ball. In the meantime, Lucius Jackson calls for it on the low block. Working against Perry, lays it up and
Jackson.
Good. And it is a 1-point game, 95-94. 8:20 to play. It is coming right down to the stretch. Houston on the offense looks inside to Perry. Perry working against Jackson. Jackson knocks it away. Can't get his hands on it. It's out of play. Houston basketball. And back we come with the starters. 8 minutes, 4 seconds to play. Didn't I tell you I'd bring the starters back in with about 8 minutes to play? And sure enough, with 8:04 to go, all 5 starters are back in the team for both squads, and it is a 1-point ball game, and it has been a good one. With playoffs on the line and Philadelphia's 1971-72 Epic Basketball League season is on the line here tonight. Houston with the basketball, 7 on the shot clock. Open inside is Greg Smith. Smith working against Bridges. His shot from the baseline is way off, and it is knocked away and out of bounds. That's a turnover. Basketball goes over to Philadelphia. Hal Greer setting up the offense for the 76ers as they look to regain the lead. Open on the low block is Bridges. Comes off the screen. Working against Smith. Bridges puts that one home. He's got 11 points. He's got a double-double. And Philadelphia has the lead now. 7:48 to play in the game. Houston sets a high-low screen for Hayes. Hayes gets the basketball. It's tipped away and out of bounds. Houston regains possession. Nice recovery there on the defensive end by Hal Greer. He had a big mismatch, but managed to tip that one away and force Houston to reset the offense with 12 to go on the shot clock. Elvin Hayes has it on the inside now, working against Rule. Hayes turns and faces. Shoots the fadeaway. It's off the back iron, no good. Hayes gets his own rebound. Hayes with a putback attempt. And that one is good.
Elvin Hayes.
It took him 2 tries, but he got the basket. And the Rockets are back on top, 97-96. Back and forth we go in the mid portion of the fourth quarter. Open with it now for Philadelphia is Carter. Carter working against Lance, gets into the lane. Tomjanovich cuts him off. The rainbow shot by Carter is no good. Hayes got a piece of it. Carter goes down, no foul. Now we've got a whistle, and a loose ball foul is called on Billy Cunningham, and that is his 5th. Goodness gracious, 7 minutes to play, 5 fouls on Cunningham. You got to pull him. You got to save him for the stretch. As back into the game will be we'll go with Henry to replace Cunningham just for a couple minutes here. Philadelphia will try and steal some minutes from Al Henry and bring Cunningham and his 5 fouls back into the game for the stretch run. Cunningham not at all happy with the referees on that 5th foul call in the scrap for the loose ball with Calvin Murphy. Murphy, a dead-eye free throw shooter, connects on his free throw, and that puts Houston back on top by 2 as we say hello again to Bears Den 007. Thanks for coming out tonight. You're here just in time. It is the middle of the fourth quarter, and it is a 2-point game in playoff action between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Houston Rockets. 1971-72 NBA action. Philadelphia with the basketball, trying to tie the game. They're going to look inside to Bob Rule. Rule works against Hayes. Possession inside. His jump shot, he left it short. Rule gets it back. Rule with a putback attempt. This time the fadeaway is no good. Bridges takes the offensive rebound. Bridges on the putback attempt. He's got a good look inside, and he drops that one home. 13 points, 16 rebounds for Bill Bridges. And with 6:50 to play, we're tied. Murphy to set the offense for Houston. Greg Smith in pain with the dreaded groin injury, but he will remain in the game. Not even the dreaded groin injury will sideline him in a contest of this magnitude. Murphy wants it out on top. He's got Bridges on the switch. Murphy can't get the jump shot to go. Bridges gets back and recovers the rebound for Philadelphia. That is 17 rebounds now for Bridges. Philadelphia with a chance now to take the lead. Greer brings it up, passes it to Carter. Carter guarded by Stu Lance. Lance is all over him. He's going to swing it back out to Greer. Greer from the top of the circle. Looks inside to Henry. Henry's short rainbow shot is no good, but somebody got him on the arm, and that somebody was Greg Smith. And it will be 2 shots for Al Henry. That is 5 fouls on Greg Smith. For Houston, they're going to let Smith stay out there. Only 6 minutes to play. As Al Henry steps to the line with a chance to give his team the lead. He missed the first free throw. His second shot is also off, but Bridges gets in there and gets the offensive rebound, and that's another possession for Philadelphia. Bridges is going to try for the putback. His little fadeaway is good.
Bridges.
What a night for Bill Bridges. A huge rebound and a putback. He now has 15 points, 18 rebounds, and Philadelphia is on top 100-98, 6:14 to play. Houston looks inside to Tomjanovich. Rudy T's got a good look, cannot get it to fall. Another rebound for Bridges. Philadelphia with another possession. Bridges has taken over the glass on both ends of the court. Philadelphia setting things up in no hurry under the veteran leadership of the point guard Hal Greer. Greer looking inside to Henry. Henry couldn't handle the pass, and that's a turnover. Just as I'm extolling the virtues of Hal Greer, he turns it over. Houston regains possession with a chance to tie the game. 100-98, now 5:45 to play. Murphy on the perimeter, works against Greer. Sends it to Lance, back to Murphy. Murphy on top. Puts up the jump shot from the top of the
Calvin
key,
Murphy.
And he nails it. Good ball movement by the Rockets. It took several passes to get Murphy open, but he got the shot when he had the chance. He made it good, and we're tied at 100. 5:29 to play, and nothing has been settled here in Houston. Open inside for Philadelphia is Bridges. Bridges works his way into the lane, rooted on the low block. Rises up inside. His shot is no good. Hayes got a piece of it. But we have got a loose ball foul on the rebound, and that is on Rudy Tomjanovich, and that is his 5th. Goodness gracious, foul trouble all over the place. And this is a problem situation for the Rockets. Tomjanovich with 5 fouls, Greg Smith with 5 fouls. Their backup, Dick Cunningham, is injured and unavailable at this time. So what to do? 5 minutes to play. Mealy has done some nice work. He's still a bit tired, but they're going to bring him in and try and steal a couple of minutes for Tomjanovich. 5 minutes to play. It is a tie game. We'll try and get it down to the 3-minute mark, maybe the 2-minute mark. One shot for Bridges, a 70% free throw shooter. He missed the free throw, and Calvin Murphy takes the rebound for Houston. Still a tie ball game, 100-100. Plenty of drama here in Houston on this Friday night, courtesy of the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network, as Murphy dribbles it into the front court. Sends it over to Lance. Lance had the hot hand earlier in the game. Can he connect here? No, he tries to force a pass back over to Smith, an ugly pass. That's out of bounds. That's another turnover. Basketball over to Philadelphia. Under 5 minutes to play, 100-100. Both teams showing some signs of the tension here as this very crucial game comes down to the wire. Philadelphia running the offense. They get it to Carter. Carter working against Stu Lance. He's going to try and take it into the lane. Nice ball fake. Carter into the lane and could not get the shot off in time. That's a 24-second violation. And with 4:35 to play, the game remains tied. 100-100, Houston basketball. Both teams in a bit of a scoring drought here, coming down the stretch. Murphy wants it out on top. Hal Greer is all over him. What's Murphy going to do? Sets a screen for Hayes, back to Lance. 2-man game with Neely and Lance. Murphy and Hayes back and forth. Murphy runs into Greer, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Murphy. Houston couldn't figure out what to do on that play. In the immortal words of Stone Cold Steve Austin, they didn't know whether to wind their watch or wipe their tuchus. Although that's not how Stone Cold would have put it. And it is a turnover for the Rockets. Philadelphia with the basketball. We're still tied at 100 now. 4:21 to play in this contest. Greer sets up the offense. They move it inside to Henry. Henry's going to try and dump it down low to Rule. Rule in the middle. 9-foot jump shot.
Rule
Finally, he gets one to
Greer.
go. Rule hits the shot. Yeah, they didn't know whether to poop or wind their watch. Thank you, Tribe fan. What? They didn't know whether to what? Okay, Philadelphia now up 102-100. 4 minutes to play in this very tightly contested ball game. Greg Smith has it inside, working against Bridges. Smith's got room to operate. Sliding in down low. But Henry ties him up, and it is a jump ball. 3:45 to play. What? The jump ball is controlled by Houston. Murphy with the basketball. Setting up the offense. Full 24 seconds on the shot clock. Murphy sends it inside once again to Smith. 18 on the shot clock. Smith looks down low to Hayes. Defended by Rule. The fadeaway jump shot
Elvin
by Hayes is good. Smart play by Smith on that occasion. He might have had a shot to look at. Instead, he found Hayes open on the low block. Hayes converts, and we're tied at 102 as we say hello to Bob's Tabletop Sports, my buddy from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Bob Hansen, in the chat room now. And just in time for the finale of this very close game, 102-102, Houston and Philadelphia. Action from the 1971-72 Epic Basketball League season. Open inside for Philadelphia is Rule. Can they get it down to him? Carter has it over to Bridges. Greer finally gets it into Rule. Rule on the inside, rises up. His shot is blocked. Swatted out of there by Elvin Hayes. What a defensive play by the Big E. The rebound is taken out of there by Mealy. And with 3:22 to play, Houston has the basketball, still tied at 102. Murphy dribbles it into the front court. Sizes up Greer. 17 on the shot clock. Lance has room to operate on the perimeter. Lance comes off the screen. Can they get it to him? No, it's stolen away by Greer. Murphy was looking for Lance. Greer reached in and took it away. And Philadelphia now has the basketball. 3:12 to play. We're tied at 102. Greer brings the ball up. Looks inside to Rule. Rule's been their most consistent player. Can they get it into him? Greer comes off the screen. Has to take the shot himself. They could not get it inside. He misses the jump shot. Greg Smith takes the rebound. Smith with a quick outlet to Murphy, and it looks like Houston will run. Murphy weaving through traffic. Goes to his left. Sends it to Lance. Lance drives the baseline, misses the layup. But the shot is rebounded by Greg Smith. Greg Smith on the putback attempt. His jumper from in close is good.
Greg Smith.
How about that? Greg Smith, only 5 points on the evening, but those may be the two biggest points of his NBA career so far, as he has given the Rockets the lead, 104-102. We are now under 3 minutes to play. Philadelphia is going to call a timeout, and we're going to get the foul guys back into the game. Back into the game for Houston is Tom Janovich with the 5 fouls. And back for Philadelphia is Billy Cunningham. There's Cunninghams on both teams here tonight. It's Billy Cunningham for Philadelphia. And so with under 3 minutes to play, Cunningham has 5 fouls. Tom Janovich has 5 fouls. Mealy was gassed. And with 3 minutes to play, it all comes down to this. Philadelphia trails by 2. They have possession. Bridges to inbound. The tension in Houston is so thick you can cut it with a knife. They go inside to Cunningham. He's got 5 fouls. He's working on Tom Janovich with 5 fouls. The jump hook by Cunningham is no good. Rule takes the rebound off the offensive glass for Philadelphia. Rule with the putback. Up over Hayes. The turnaround jump shot is no good. Bridges with the rebound. We've got a loose ball foul, and that will be against Hayes. As Hayes fouled Bridges as Bridges came in and snagged his 20th rebound of the game. And it will be Bill Bridges going to the line for 2 shots with a chance to tie the game. The first shot for Bridges is good. 104-103. Bridges lines up the second free throw. The second free throw is good, and once again we are tied. Philadelphia and Houston. We say hello to Clinton Parks now in the chat room, just in time. 2.5 minutes to play in this tie ball game. As Clinton Parks was out playing golf. Were you playing real live golf like outdoors in the middle of January, or were you playing like history maker golf on the tabletop? Houston basketball tied at 104, 2:36 to play. Murphy out on top. Can't find a good opportunity, resets the offense. They want Hayes down on the low block. They dump it into him. He turns and takes the shot. And no, he is fouled. There's a foul on the play on the pass. Murphy's fouled by Bridges. And Murphy will have the 3 to make 2. Oh, playing PGA 2K21. I don't play stuff like that. That takes eye-hand coordination. Here is Murphy at the free throw line, one of the great free throw shooters in NBA history. Right there alongside Steve Nash and Reggie Miller. Murphy gets the first free throw to go. Second shot for Murphy is good. 106, 104. And if I missed you, D. Scott Howard also in the chat room. Hello to D. Scott Howard. 106, 104. 2.5 minutes to play. With the ball is Greer. Setting up the offense. Greer has it against Murphy. Greer to penetrate. Tries to take it into the lane. Knows there's all kinds of foul trouble. He's cut off by Hayes. Greer misses the jump shot. Billy Cunningham takes the rebound for Philadelphia. Cunningham on the putback attempt is good.
Cunningham.
Bill Cunningham ties the game for Philadelphia. 2:08 to play. We're tied at 106. Murphy with the basketball. 17 on the shot clock as he sizes up Greer. Murphy's going to go to the basket. Reading the defense. Steps to his left. Comes off the screen. Gets into the lane. Lays it up and good.
Calvin Murphy.
Nicely done by Tomjanovich. And Murphy gets free for the layup. It's 108, 106. Under 2 minutes to play. Philadelphia with the basketball. Greer. Looking for an open man. Can't find anybody. Another rotation. Greer this time takes it to the hole. As the Houston defense has tightened up. Terrible pass by Greer. He couldn't find anybody, and it's stolen away out of there by Greg Smith for the Rockets. A huge defensive stand by Houston. 1:33 to play. Houston up by 2. 108, 106. Murphy with the ball at the top of the key. Surveys the situation. He's got Tomjanovich open on the low block. Can they get it down to him? Tomjanovich in the lane, posting up on Cunningham. He shoots, he scores!
Rudy Tomjanovich from Lens.
It has been a rough night for Rudy T, but he got free on that one and put home a clutch shot over Billy Cunningham. That puts Houston up by 4. Philadelphia desperately needs a score on this possession. Greer looks around. Open is Carter. They want to get it down inside to Cunningham if they can get it to him. They can't find anybody down low.
Greer.
Greer's forced to take one himself. He jumps, he shoots, he scores. How about that for a clutch shot by the veteran Hal Greer? 110-108. The 76ers need a stop. As Murphy brings the basketball down. Pounding it at the top of the key. Sizing up Greer. Calls a play. They get it inside to Hayes. Hayes working with 8 on the shot clock. Inside against Rule. Hayes steps around Rule, lays it up and good. Nice little reverse layup there by Hayes, and that was clutch. 112-108. Houston by 4. Philadelphia, 46 seconds to play. Still time if they can convert here. but they need to work quickly. 15 on the shot clock, 37 now on the game clock. They've got to go to Carter on the perimeter, as the Houston defense has locked him up, and Carter hits from 15. They wanted Cunningham inside. Houston was sagging back on the defense, and once again, the Philadelphia guards made him pay. As Carter hits from 15 feet, it's again a 2-point game, 31 seconds to play, 24 on the shot clock. The 76ers definitely have got to get a defensive stand here to get possession for the final opportunity. 30 seconds to play. Murphy directing traffic. He's nailed by Greer. What happened there? Murphy went over to Lance on the perimeter. Lance tried to come off the screen. Greer grabbed him, and that was a costly foul on a well-executed offensive play by the Rockets. And Lance missed the free throw. How about that? Lance, a very good free throw shooter, 84%. He is in the bonus, so he will get the 3 to make 2. The second shot is good. That's the crucial one, as Houston is now up 3. It's a 2-possession game here in the era before the 3-point shot. Lance hits them both, hits the second shot. He's now got 10 points on the game, and it is a 4-point game with 29 seconds to play. Philadelphia needs a quick shot here. They look inside to Cunningham. Cunningham against Tomjanovich. Can't get the shot off. Tries to get it into Rule. That's a terrible pass. Led him too far, and that is another turnover, and that one may be the dagger. Houston with the basketball now. 17 seconds to play. The shot clock is off. And Houston's just going to let Calvin Murphy dribble this one out. And, of course, they're going to try and foul him. Greer fouls him, and that is 6 on Greer. He's done. And Murphy, again, one of the best free throw shooters in NBA history, is going to be able to put the game on ice from the free throw line. Murphy hits the first. And Murphy hits them both, 116-110, as we are now down under 15 seconds to play. And it is all but over with now for Philadelphia, both here in tonight's game and for the Epic Basketball League 1971-72 season. They run it up the court. Lockery to Rule, to Carter. Carter with the jump shot. It goes through, but that draws a whistle. And basket interference is called on Cunningham. No basket. Houston basketball, 6 seconds to play. And hopefully that will be all she wrote here in Houston. Byrne may be a better choice. Passes over to Hayes. Hayes from the inside, back out to Murphy. And they foul. Murphy back to the free throw line for 2 more shots. 23 points on the game now, 24 as he hits the first free throw. 18 straight for Murphy, not surprisingly. And Murphy hits them both. And with an 8-point lead now and 5 seconds to play, you can get the crying towels out for Philadelphia. Lockery heaves one the length of the court. It's out of bounds, and that will be the end of the ball game. All right, that is your final score. Houston 118, Philadelphia 110. Very good game. Came right down to the conclusion as Houston comes through in the clutch, and Calvin Murphy wins it for the Rockets from the free throw line. Murphy finishes with 25, 9 for 9 from the free throw line. Elvin Hayes led all scorers with 26 in those 9 rebounds. And, of course, the big 15 off the bench for Cliff Mealy made the difference for Houston. For the 76ers, as they go down to defeat, it was Cunningham leading the team with 18 points, Bridges 17, and those huge 20 rebounds. But between the foul trouble, And the turnovers for Philadelphia, they just didn't have enough to get over the hump against Houston here tonight. So Houston wins the game. Houston wins the series, and they advance out of the silver tier, and they will move into the gold tier of the playoffs to take on the second-ranked Chicago Bulls in gold tier playoff action. All right, thank you everybody for coming out tonight. This was a lot of fun. Great crowd here in the chat room tonight. D. Scott Howard, Clinton Parks, Bob Hanson, Tribe Fan 879, Al Red Sox Fan, Bears Den 007, ID Jester stopped in. Great crowd here tonight. Big Paulie's World of Sports Sims. And baseball demos. Thanks everybody who came out tonight. Once again, your final score from Houston: the Rockets 118, Philadelphia 110. Philadelphia has been knocked out of the Epic Basketball League playoffs. Houston moves on to the next round. And from the Dave Cave, thank you all for joining us here tonight. That's our stream, and I am out of here.